Q chat. Let's see. According to this, my microphone is now not okay. See if anybody shows up. See if this is up on my phone or not. Have to text on that, I guess. Hello, Wilmer. And Art, I believe your name is PDRR Engineer. I think your name's Art, if I remember right. Nora. Oh, okay. Jake is Nora. And Martin. Audio very low. Okay. Let me see if I cannot screw this up trying to. I don't think this. I think this is going to help me. See if I can plug this in. Where is my microphone? Can you hear me now, guys? I don't know why it's low. Everybody else hear me? Maybe this did work. Not well. You got your audio or your volume turned up, Martin. I was going to say, I didn't play with nothing on my end. Yeah, I must have secret. I can hear you, but it is low volume. Okay, let me. I think I might know what it is, maybe. Because I'm using the guys? That get louder? Yes, both YouTube and sound. It did on my end, I don't know. Still the same, okay. Um, I'm not using other microphone, and I haven't got this thing set back up fully yet, so just long enough to do this live feed. So I had to go to my computer microphone, which I'm not usually on. See if I can turn this up. If I turn my phone up too far, you're always going to get a back feed on me. So, but anyway, guys, I'm hoping you'll be able to hear me. Um, I'm sorry if I am low. Um, see if I can internal microphone. Wonder if that's what I need for. How about now? Unplug that. Microphone is unplugged, Wilmer. The frying pan and into the fire. Hear you. Okay, well, we're going back to this idea then. Anyway, let's get started before I lose my whole live stream. I'm sorry if I sound low. Um, First of all, I just want to send out thoughts and prayers to all the victims of the hurricane in the Bahamas and parts of Florida and Carolinas and anywhere else that it might be hitting. Um, And I'm on a lag here on the phone. So anyway, just want to do that, and thoughts and prayers to all the families and the victims of all the shootings that's been going on lately. And let's see, Texas, Ohio. I think there was something down or somewhere else, New York, or not New York, but one of those other, I think it was another one in Texas somewhere or something. But anyway, thoughts and prayers to all those families and victims. And may God bless them all and help them in their time of need. Okay, I'm not going to have much to talk about, so we'll just go right into the shows and the live feeds, and that part will be out of off my list. Every other Monday you got Toms and Trains and Things going live. I'm thinking he is at 7 o'clock. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wilmer, because I don't always get to watch him. It's either 7 or 8. I'm thinking it's 7 or 6:30, something like that. So check him out. On Track Tuesday. Last week it was Wilmer. Wilmer, another great show. I love your shows, buddy. You make everybody laugh. That's the most important thing, to have fun and make people laugh and share the interest in the hobby. Okay, 8 p.m. I knew it was somewhere between 6 and 8. But On Track Tuesday, Wilmer was last week. This week you have Tony. Now remember, Tony works later, so Tony don't come on until 8 p.m. On Track Tuesday. So keep that in mind, that Tony is an hour later than our normal On Track Tuesday, folks. Creative Rails is one of them. Crooked Eastern, and something Railroad. I done forgot what his channel name is now. It's been one of those days. I've been in the hospital all morning, guys, because of a surprise phone call for me to come in there for an appointment for X-rays and stuff for my problem that I'm going through. So it's been one of those days that you just can't think. But anyway, Wednesday we have our good brother Sparky Crooked River and Eastern. I don't know why I said crooked. What did I say? Crooked. Yeah, I said crooked rail. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Wilmer, because you're on top of things tonight, buddy. I'm in the Ray Bogle world. It's just bloop, right over the head. One of those zippity that's all folk nights. But Wednesday we have our brother Sparky 107 at 7 p.m. Eastern. And he's I thought he was going to do a contest. I had to get off early last night, so I don't know if he actually did the contest or what. So I was busy doing something else or got distracted. So um, Thursday nights, 7 p.m. when the guy gets on here and actually does not have one problem. You get stuck with little old me, Hot Rod Rodney, 25, aka Out of Scale Railroad. Right now, I feel out of scale because of all these problems that I'm always having. So, check all these channels out. And Friday nights, you get Cousin Vinny. Now, Cousin Vinny comes on at 8 p.m. Eastern, but tomorrow night, um, it's either going to be Vinny going live from California, or there's going to be a surprise fill in. Now, what he told me, if the person or if there is no reminder video put up on YouTube, and we're talking about Vinny YouTube channel, if his reminder video don't go up, then the surprise fill in will be filling in, unless otherwise told not to. But anyway, Cousin Vinny is normally at 8 p.m. On Friday nights at 8 or at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, with that being said, usually Friday and Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Ron Toyman or 2448 Toyman usually goes live on Friday and Saturday. Now he's took the summer off, so I'm not sure when he's gonna come back, or if he's coming back. I don't know. So hello, Mark. Nice to see you in here. Yeah, I've been in here for a long time, buddy. Jerry, Wilmer, Art. I don't think there's anybody else I'm in there missing. And I know something else I didn't put on here, the counter. I got 11 viewers. Union Central System. I can't even remember your name, but Paul. I believe your name's Paul. Now I'm thinking about it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm trying to get these names straightened out, and I'm going to make a new list because I have no idea where the old list ever went. It's somewhere around here, but we're going on into the shows that I know of that I watch, and three of them I watched. The other one I have not watched yet because I'm not sure exactly when it's on, but I do know it's been mentioned in a few live feeds of Vinny's, Wilmer's, and Sparky's. So, with that being said, let's go into the shows to watch, the weekly shows. We've got Car Barn by Ralph Greenwood. So check him out. He does a pretty interesting show. We got our buddy that's in here, Indian Head Valley Railroad. He does not bad. So check him out. and his show. Now that's one person you do want to um, check out because he is not only comical, but he makes his shows interesting, and I'm always, as soon as the notification comes up, I'm on it. I mean, I hit the email button right away, and I start watching. And sometimes I'll watch it more than once because I just feel like laughing. But he's one nice guy. If you never met Wilmer, make sure that you try to get to Strasburg, Pennsylvania next year for the Strasburg um, Railroad meet and greet on May 15th and 16th, I believe, which would be a Friday and a Saturday. Some people's coming Thursday for the extra day. I know Wilmer said something about that. Sunday, I know Vinny is going to be laid over to Sunday before he has to go back to the airport. I was trying to get the extra day for Sunday to be able to spend the extra time with Vinny. Unfortunately, it was going to cost too much extra money for the extra night. I tell you, hotels ain't cheap. So, yeah, 16th and 17th. But yeah, nothing's cheap. It's going up, guys. And I'll bring something else up here in a second. And if you hear that, that's email notifications coming up on my computer. So but that car barn and not bad out. And probably one of my most favorite shows, and I'm sure it's a lot of you's favorite show. We can't forget Tuesday nights. Right after, it's normally right dead after On Track Tuesday goes off the air. I usually get the notification of our good buddy Roy Smith over in Panama with his show Dispatch. And make sure you check his YouTube or his YouTube channel out, and make sure you check the InScale um, Facebook group out and send your pictures to Roy Smith through that group or by message, and he will make sure he gets them on the next episode of Dispatch. And this email stuff is driving me nuts. I gotta turn my other mouse on so I can try to get rid of this stuff while I'm. And the fourth one that I got that I have not yet got to watch at all yet is Ron's Workbench. I now correct me if I'm wrong again, Wilmer, if that ain't what it's called, Ron's Workbench. It's by Ron Piskel. And I met Ron Piskel up at Steamtown back in May of this year. And what a nice guy. I mean, him and his wife, I mean, they're, same with Wilmer and Sparky. And I mean, everybody just made you feel at home. I mean, everybody was, just, well, not bad. So that's it on the live feeds and the shows I got. Now, like I said earlier, not going to really have much to talk about. If we can just sit here and chat about trains, or I can tell you what might be coming up. I can tell you what my problem that I'm going to be going into. I've got a kidney stone that's like, I think the doctor told me on the x-ray they measured it like 2 millimeters or centimeters or something like that I will not pass. So a week from next Monday, I will be scheduled to be blasted, to have that kidney stone blasted. So I will be, I don't know, with that week if I'm going to be live or not. I guess it all depends, how much pain I am in or when it happens. So, enough about that. That's where I was this morning getting an x-ray and all that good stuff. And then I had to take my daughter to the dentist who was off school all day because she had a doctor's appointment with her little brother this morning. So their mother just kept them both off of school, and I went over and I took her to the dentist appointment since it's right up the road from me. So that's where I was way before I got on here. So, and that's the reason I was fixing the audio problem towards the last minute. And now you know, Wilmer, the last minute gremlin thing. So anyway, enough about that. Coming up the 13th, and I'm looking at the calendar, guys. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, Friday the 13th, or actually, let's skip that a second. Saturday the 7th, which is this Saturday, is our big train show over at our Ag Center. Now, it's really nothing more than a buy, sell, trade type thing. It's just the whole one building's full of tables, and it's basically the same vendors every time. So, but a bunch of guys know me because I go there, every time they have a show, and they have like two shows. They have show twice a year, spring or wait a minute, yeah, spring and fall, I believe. So, one at the beginning of the year and one towards, well, the summer. So I will be trying to go to that, and also this weekend, which is normally all week or beyond, however many times somebody wants to set their stuff up, is hi Ralph, hi Cal, Dwayne. See who else did I miss? Well, anyway, let me see if I can control this with my left hand. I don't see that happening, but Chasco, Jerry, Rail Fan Brett, welcome. So that's anyway. Some people start like Wednesday or Thursday, um, but it's what they call Boonesboro days, which is nothing but yard sales all weekend. Or well, they and next to me is a place called Cochran's Auction. Well, they're having an auction tomorrow. Um, so this is going to be a busy place. It always is around the same time as um, this train show. So at soon as 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm hoping to be out of here because the train show goes on from 9 to 2. So I'm hoping to just go over there and walk around. I'm going to try not to buy a lot because I've really got too much. And I mean, or unless it's something to do, with something that I really need. Hi, Gerald. Gerald Farms. So that's what's going to happen on over the weekend. They're going to have yard sales, and of course, like I said, if they're off work or whatever, the people they will probably continue until they get tired of setting their stuff back in and out. So, but it is Boonesboro Days. It happens once a year. They have Boonesboro or the Boonesboro Park down here. I can't even think of what the actual name of it is, but um, they're going to be full of vendors and crafts and that kind of stuff. So, but just be safe there, Gerald. Um, but anyway, the following week, now the week from next Monday would be starting with the 16th, I believe. So, my last race that I'm going to try to make it to, and I'm probably going to go up the road maybe tomorrow morning if I decide to race. I'm going to try to race the 13th and 14th. That's Friday and a Saturday. We qualify Friday for Saturday's racing, and I don't know if the 15th is um, possibly a rain date or not. Yeah, I'm not testing now, Goffa. Welcome to the live stream. But anyway, the 13th and 14th will be my last race of the year. Like I said, if I get to go. I'll have to go up to the track tomorrow and pre-enter my car. And basically all I have to do is take the weights out of the trunk of the car and the weights that's in behind my seat. So, so I lessen my weight so I make weight for Hagerstown because the weights was added to go to another track in Pennsylvania, and I never made it there because of rain coming in the area. And it's actually a good thing I didn't because they got all the qualifying in and they went to line up for their feature already because they was trying to beat the rainstorm and they did not make it. They had to reschedule it one or two times, I think, the actual race. So I wouldn't have never been able to. Um, well, now what happened? Are we still live? Okay. I bumped the button. I don't know if that's good or not. Let's see if we can lock it. Okay. Hi, Dave Piper. Welcome to the live stream. But anyway, 13th and 14th, I'm planning on racing for the last time this year. Hopefully, I'll be able to race next year if all goes well over the winter. So, what time's okay? 7:30. Like I said, I don't really have a lot to talk about because I flew in here and then I had to work on the audio. And I thank you, Wilmer, for helping me out with that by text or by messenger. If it wasn't for him telling me my audio wasn't working, then of course I found that out when I was trying to look at it on my phone and replaying it on my phone, and I was a silent picture. So anyway. Indian, what we got here? My policy, Ralph, basically follows Wilmer's and Sparky's. Well, basically Vinny's and Sparky's and Vinny's, or Wilmer's, Sparky's, and Vinny's. As long as there's not no bad stuff and we're not promoting channels and stuff like that. So you will have your room on wheels. You're camping, Dwayne. Or yeah, probably an RV or a camper. That'll be cool. And if you're hearing that, guys, I told you that earlier, but yes, please wait to the end, guys, to promote your channels. We do that at the end of our live feeds. I'll be in your truck. You got a truck camper? Or just sleeping in your truck, I guess. Well, anyway, I could show you this. I don't know if I ever showed you. This is what I started back when, a long time ago. I had handwritten all my train cars of each scale. I've got let's see, probably just four pages of diesels alone listed here, notebook pages. So that tells you how many. Now, it's not full pages because it has spaces, different places and stuff marked out, but some of them's dummies, some of them's power, some of them don't run. I basically try to record everything that I buy, and put a little note that it was bought off eBay or at hobby shop or train show or from a certain person. That way I know where it came from, and it might have sentimental value or something to me personally, or um, just something that I want to hold on to, or I might end up, getting rid of. I mean, I've got Marks HO, I've got Lionel HO, American Flyer, um, which is A or Gilbert is his name. AC Gilbert. Anyway, um, I got everything all the way back to my Tyco days in this book. I mean, I own so much Tyco and Mantrua and AHM and all that stuff that, I mean, I even have my very first train, but the engine don't run. But I found a replacement engine on eBay, which is actually a different number, but the shells are the same, just a different number to it. And I mean, I can always just switch shells if I really wanted to make the set a set again. I mean, and it's an old AHM set, so that was my very first train. A little zero. Let's see, O dash 343. Yeah, I think it's 3 wheels, 2 wheels. I don't know. I think it's an 020 020. What I mean. I'm thinking that's what it is, but it's a little B and O. So now I've also got a parts engine to mine. So yes, I do, Ralph. Do you want it now, or you want me to? I can look it up here real quick. Uh, it's actually my Gmail. HotRodRodney25 at gmail.com. Evidently, is what it actually is. I've never really had anybody send me anything, so I guess I never really had to have it. I'm always sending somebody else something. So, did you get that, Ralph? See if I can. Oh, it does. It did come up testing. That's why Golfa said something about testing. It should. Oh, it should have. Um, let me log in here real quick. Oh, it's the wrong password. Oh, go. That's your email, PayPal will be different. Okay. Okay, it would be paypal.me/HotRodRodney25. So paypal.me slash and my channel name. Okay. So anyway, that's like I was saying, I write everything. I wrote everything down. My dad and I used to put it in the computer, but our past computers got thrown out. So, or they croaked before we ever got to get them out, get the actual inventories out. So I've got Dad had his written down somewhere, and I'm not sure where he put it last before he passed. So, but I have a place in here for extra stuff, my Lionel and K line, and the KMT Chris model trains is what it actually stands for. Section. Then of course I got the O scale, Mike's Train House, and Atlas O, and K line O, and all those bigger cars, and got all my N scale stuff written in there. And I don't really own a whole slew of N scale stuff, but I've got enough that I could probably make a small yard. So if I wanted to, if I had enough track to do all that, but I don't. And the N scale was just basically something to play with. It wasn't nothing fantastic about it. It was just a little Santa Fe set that I got cheap years ago from a store. So, but anyway, I showed you all these cars on mail call videos. I really don't have much else besides, I mean, my hotel room's booked for next May. I'm sure I've mentioned that before. Yes, Hastings. I'm glad I got it working too. Yes, Wilmer, it helps, but I tell you what, I am kind of behind because I've got all these cars from Jack Jack that I showed on those last two mail call videos, and I've got several other cars down here in the basement stored that I'm not even sure if it's in that inventory list yet. So I got some investigating to do and some writing to do, and I really like to see if I can get a program on this computer or get sheets printed out somehow and write them on regular inventory sheets. But I've been on the inventory sheets page on the computer, and I can't decide which sheets I want, so I may end up making my own. Sort of like what I did here with notebook paper. But I'll tell you, Wilmer, or anybody that wants to know, I labeled it in code like D, like D and -1 would be diesel page 1, and of course then you'd put D-2 -3, and however many pages that you would go through. Now that's just the diesel part of the motive power. Um, I also have L1, which would be your loco or your locomotive steam power part of your power. Then you have like G1 and so forth, which would be your gondolas, or in my case, covered coil cars if they're, if you have any of those on your layout for some reason. And this live feed may go over because I just noticed that it's getting kind of late, but it can go over a little bit. But then I have like tank cars, which would be TC dash, whatever page it is. Passenger cars would be PC, which would be like llama cars, passenger cars, trolleys, crew buses, anything that would be motive power that way, plus, your passenger cars. And by the way, I do have a few Strasbourg cars in here listed. Not many, but I do got a toy train museum car, a Paradise Lane car. What else do I have? And I think that's about it for the Strasbourg part. I do have those two. I'm thinking, I thought I had a maybe I do. Yeah, it's a box car. There's other cars in here to do with Strasbourg, but the Choo Choo Barn car is a box car. So, but then you have like your intermobile cars, which would be like your spine trailer cars, your um, your intermobile container stack, containers. Flat cars would be F2. The impact trailers would be just impact trailer cars -1. I don't have too many of them, but I'll try to move through this quickly. CW-L or /L-1 would be cabooses that contain an LED or bulb. So if you have any cabooses that light up, I keep mine listed separate from the ones that ain't. That way, if there's something with the same number and it's also a dark caboose with no light, then I don't get them mixed up right away. So regular cabooses would be C-1 or C- whatever. Box cars B1. See what we got back here. And I've got five pages of just box cars. I mean, and hoppers, well, you wouldn't believe how many hopper page. There's actually 6 of those in here. I've got so many hoppers that, but that would be H dash whatever page it is. CC1 would be cattle cars, feed cars, chicken, pig, basically livestock cars. I mean, I could have made it LS, I guess, but some of them's feed cars, some of them's cattle cars. So, billboard cars would be BB if you have any billboard cars. And that's just my codes. I mean, you can make them whatever you want. Lionel would be Lionel 1 for HO. Marks would be Marks -1. American Flyer would be AF-1 or whatever. A1, I'm not even sure. That's sets, but I don't know why I put A1 in there. I thought I would have put set train set 1 or something in there or something, but I guess not. But anyway, then of course then there's other stuff in here that I had listed for other stuff. Transformers or power packs, which most of you I know probably don't have, because most of you is DCC. But transformers or power packs, I've got all those listed under TF. And being that I'm DC, I got power packs of transformers. So Lionel and K-Line would be O gauge -1. And so for O gauge stuff like Mike's Train House and the big K-Line and Atlas and big Lionel and stuff like that would be OS, which would be O scale. And of course, N scale would be N dash whatever. And then back when I was at one time a day collecting buildings and addresses for stores and train shops and so forth, I had all that wrote down also. But there's my N scale sheets. I had addresses of train dealers that my dad and I used to send self-addressed envelopes, and they used to send list of stuff that was for sale that they was selling, and you could order right from them through the mail. And that was before the internet took all this over. So now nobody, wants an envelope. They expect you to get on their website and order it that way, and it gets sent to you automatically. So my dad actually kept all those train lists of the Lionel and K-Line and stuff that he used to look up. So I've got all that. I mean, what I'll ever do with it, I don't know. It's just, but I mean, I had all kinds of addresses. I even had all the old buildings that I once had, but I still have from when I was a kid, collecting from a kid up. I got them written down on these 3 sheets right here. So that tells you how much writing I've done over the years trying to keep inventory. Now, there's also a faster way. If you have a good running computer that's got enough memory, that's the way to do it. Other than that, you'll end up like me, writing stuff and then copying it onto the computer eventually. So anyway, guys, for you all that's still in here and sticking with me through all my jabbering, Let me get rid of this stuff real quick. Okay, go ahead and promote your channels and we'll shut this down. Yeah, Wilmer, I don't know. I've got so much stuff collected in DC that when DCC first came out with all the different circuit boards for signals and stuff like that, I got a lot of Circuitron circuit boards off of eBay. Some guy had, I don't know, like 29 of them in one lot for $100 and some bucks. And I took and bought them all used, or most of them was still new, never used. But I bought them because, you know, I thought, well, I'm DC and I've got all this stuff already invested in DC alone. And if I had to take and sell all my DC engines, which I probably would never do because I ain't a person to sell stuff for some reason. I guess you could call me a kind of a train hoarder. I don't know if that's a proper word for it or not, but yes, I can get into my shed, so I ain't crawling through tunnels and wrapping myself on the head, on the ceiling, and falling through a hole somewhere. But anyway, I just figured if I could be different and hook and do all the extra wiring and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's just something that I want to complete. I want to say that I have DC stuff and I've been through DC stuff before DCC would ever happen, because I've got so much stuff invested that, I mean, I'd rather go through extra work than you know, have to get rid of my stuff and do it all over again. So in my next update, I will be tearing up more stuff to make the car barn set look better. Cool, Ralph, cool. Yes, go ahead and promote your channels. Let's see, let me see if I can back this up and see where it started. 468, Wilmer, thanks. Up to, I can't read that. I don't know why. I ain't reading that for some reason. What in the world? Now I'm losing my screen. And I lost part of the chat. Okay, let's go back down here and see if we can pick up Wilmer's 468. Up to 75 possible contests of 100. So there you go, guys. If we can get Dwayne up to 100, he will throw a contest at the Fork and Spoon Railroad. Ralph Greenwood, 300 something. 390 for Paul at the Union Central System. And Paul says he will be at the Aaron Triangle Rail Park in Foresta, if I'm pronouncing that right, for Torah, yeah, something like that, Ohio, on the 14th. if anybody wants to meet up. So, big 250 for me, Jerry. Um, as for me, I believe I got about 376, 77, 78, somewhere along those lines. I will, Dave Piper. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I'm I'm still deciding if I want to go or not because that's where all the out of towner guys come from other tracks that got the big money motors. So, but I enjoy running with them, and they enjoy seeing me just show up at the track. I think a lot of times, even though it's my own home track, but I mean my track, the manager at my track um keeps inviting me back. She just thinks it's wonderful that I've been around all these years to even attempt to race like I've been doing. I mean, because I'm one of the slower cars, but when this 2 day race, there'll be a bunch of slower cars show up, and I actually take um and beat them. So because they don't know the track or they just have underpowered motors. Yeah, Florida's kind of far away from me. I don't know if I'll ever make it to Florida. I don't know if you heard of them, but Hunt the Front, Joseph and Jonathan, and then Jason and Dave from Hollis Farms. They're all down there. They've ran in them areas, and I know Hunt the Front is from um, Milton, Florida, I believe. So they're late model and modified and street stock guys. So up here, our street stocks is also called pure stocks, but the pure stocks actually run with the hobby stocks when it's big races. So from other tracks, so it's all messed up. But oh, okay, Bedford. Yeah, I know where Bedford is. Now I've never been to Port Royal, but I know where Bedford is. I've been up there as a fan with my dad many a times as a kid, and I can't remember the last time I've been up there, honestly. I wanted to go up there earlier this year because I added weight to my car to make the weight to run their pure stock division, but um, I didn't make it up there that night for that memorial race for Charlie Walters. You probably know who I'm talking about. He used to be champion a lot up there in the pure stocks. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this stream before it gets too much later. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Stay out of trouble over the weekend. Um, and anybody that, you know, please send your thoughts and prayers to the shootings and the hurricane that's went through the areas in the states. Um, and send your prayers and thoughts out to the families in need and all the victims. So we'll see you. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll either see Vinny tomorrow night at 8 p.m. or if you don't see a video by Vinny early tomorrow, be a special fill-in guest. And I'm not going to give that guest away, but until they show up. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting me, and we'll check or see you on the next video or the next live stream.